if things just never go your way in life and you're the kind of person who is always struggling to do anything, learn anything, achieve any form of success, or hit any of your goals, then this is the video for you. Okay, now this is a different style video than I typically do. Usually I'm in my car doing the car talks. Right now I'm just cooking a little bit of food for tomorrow, and I wanted to pop on here real quick to talk to you guys about something that I feel is going to help you a lot. Now let me see if I can prop this camera up for a second. It might be a little bit difficult, but it is balancing, so I think we're good. Now my whole life I've always been the kind of person that it just never goes my way. I mean, man. Okay, restarting. I had to make a quick cut. I am trying my best to not use curse words in these videos so that it can actually get reached to a wider audience. And well, I said something that I can't on YouTube here. So sorry for the quick cut, but as I was saying before, if you're the kind of person that can't ever seem to get ahead, and you feel like every time you just take that one step ahead, you just fall back 10 more steps, and life just never goes your way, nothing ever seems to work out, then this is the video for you. Okay, now my whole life I have been that exact very person that I just talked about. Things have always just, every time something starts going good, life just seemingly seems to kick me down. And I apologize, give me 1 second, I just gotta read. I don't think I was supposed to pour all of the water out of this. Okay, yes, I definitely was, cool. I'm making myself a little bit of mac and cheese for tomorrow. If you guys are ever making mac and cheese, I definitely recommend this brand right here. It's got least ingredients, it's decently healthy, and you can sustain a lean physique with muscle and still be healthy and still eat things that you enjoy, like mac and cheese. But that's a bit of a side tangent. Back on to what I was talking about before. Life has always kicked me down, and things really never went my way. Yeah, it's just like any time that I would try to catch ahead, or I would start making enough money for my job where, you know, I could pay my bills and I would start paying my debt off, some wild, crazy expense would always hit me and it would always knock me back down. And, you know, I've built this nearly unbreakable mindset over the past few years of trying to figure out and answer the question of, you know, just what is life and who am I and what does any of this mean? What is the purpose of living day to day? What is the purpose of me wanting to go to the gym and do this and do that and wanting this car and wanting that thing and whatever? And, you know, it's led me down a lot of different roads, and it's taught me a lot of different lessons in life. But the reason that I always seem to just fall back down every time something came up, or every time things started going well, is because I always had that mindset of things are starting to go good, something is going to go bad soon. And it wasn't even something that I was aware of that I had that mindset until I would say like a couple years ago, maybe about 2 years ago. I feel like it's been a while, but I would say between the range of 2 and 4 years ago, I started to finally make that connection, that correlation of every time something good in my life happens and every time life starts to get, you know, good and a little bit better, something would always happen. I would always get sick, and then it would knock me off the gym, or as I was saying, an expense would always come up and it would just ruin all the money I just saved up, all the debt I just paid off, and I can never catch ahead. It was like I was constantly falling every time I made another step forward. And the problem was that I was constantly telling myself in my mind that stuff is going too well for me. And I didn't feel like I deserved for life to actually go good and actually be enjoyable. I didn't think that it was possible for life to be enjoyable and for things to just always be well. And now, yes, there's never sunshine without rain, but it does not have to be raining all the time. Just like you go to California, now that's not the best example because it's been extremely rainy for reasons I'm not going to talk about in this video, and I don't want to be too woo-woo on you, but besides the fact, as the weather is supposed to be, very sunny and not very often raining in California, your life should be the exact same way. Now, you do need those negative times. I won't want to say negative times, but you do need those bad times in life and the times where it's rainy for you to be able to appreciate those good times. Because during those bad times and during that pain and during that struggle, that is what causes you to actually start to think about life, to actually start to learn things. Because whenever things are going good, you probably start thinking God, or whatever you believe in. I don't want to get too far into religion in this video, but if you are a person of religion or whatever, things start going good, and you're thanking God every day, and you're saying, I'm close to God. I thank Him all the time. But then the second things start getting bad, it's like your faith just goes out the window. You start, why does this have to happen to me, God? Why do you hate me? Why do you this? Why do you that? Or if you don't believe in God, it's just like, why does the world, why does the universe treat me this way? Why do things always go bad every time they go good? And it's because life is trying to teach you the lesson that during those bad times, during those negative times, you need to be able to still feel the positivity and to be able to still feel the good things that have happened to your life and are going to happen. You still need to be grateful for your past, all the things that you have. Just like the past 2 to 3 months, I have been going through an extreme mental hell. I just went through another spine injury about, I would say, I'm super bad with dates, but 2 to 3 years ago, I'd gotten what I believe to only be a spinal fracture. Now, I had 2 fractures in my spine from various reasons. Some of it happens to just be issues from when I grew up, and then other parts of it have to be with my work and where I work in my day job. But because this injury came up, or getting a little sidetracked here, this injury that happened 2 to 3 years ago because of my spine fracture, as soon as I recovered from that, I spent so much time every single day trying to not re-injure myself. Because if any of you have ever been through a spine injury, or even if you've broken your arm, broken your leg, whatever it may be, you know that's extremely painful. Now, when it is in your spine, everything you do, when you walk, when you sit down, when you go to the restroom, when you do anything, you're just in immense pain. You can't walk, you can't breathe, any of that. And I spent however many the past, from the time where I last injured myself up to now, I spent so much time hyper-focusing on trying to not get re-injured and trying to not re-fracture my spine. And I would go to as far of an extent of not training my legs nearly as much so I wouldn't re-injure myself, which has now left me with extremely underdeveloped legs, which I do not like. But as time goes on and as I grow and as I progress, I'm going to get my lower half to actually finally match my upper half, and I have implemented a better training strategy. I cannot speak today. I've implemented a better training strategy to my legs. That way I can actually grow them without injuring myself anymore. But about 2 to 3 months ago, I don't have the exact diagnosis of what it is because I am still in the process of getting new health insurance and getting an MRI so I can exactly pinpoint it. But we're sitting between the options of I either gotten a herniated disc, which could have also happened during my last spinal fracture. I could have a sequester disc, which is basically where your disc pops and comes out, or I could have developing of cauda equina syndrome, because I would say majority of the pain stopped about a month and a half ago, but before that, during that 2-month period, I was in the most pain of my life. I am talking a 15 out of 10 pain scale where you wake up in the morning and you cannot even move. You try to get out of bed and you are in so much pain. I can't even put words to explain how painful this is. I would get out of bed, be in immense pain. I remember I tried to walk to the kitchen just to get myself something to eat at 12 o'clock in the morning, 1 in the morning, whatever, when I wake up. And I literally could not even put pressure on one of my legs. I would walk and my leg would buckle. So I would have to try to balance on one leg and kind of hold the walls and stuff as I'm walking over to the kitchen to go get something to eat. But since my pain runs down both sides, both legs, through my sciatic nerve, either leg that I stand on makes it hurt just as much as the other. So using one leg didn't really help a lot. And I apologize if it sounds like I'm bouncing around. I'm making food and I'm trying to record. So sometimes it's a little bit hard to do both at once. But being in this immense pain, it was like, it's not just that it was painful, but it was the most defeating feeling in the world, coming from my previous injury, getting through that, being so glad and so thankful that that injury went away, but being in so much fear that it was going to come back every single day. And at times I would have occasional sciatic pain, which that was normal to me. So when the onset of this new injury had started to come on, I just kind of chalked it off for, oh, it's probably just my sciatic nerve is extra sore. I'm hurting extra because anytime that I do things strenuous, I work on the car or I'm more laborious in my work or whatever it may be, I just get a lot of sciatic pain. But day by day, it started to get worse and worse and worse. And then it started to cause this immense leg tremor that I had already had, but basically where if I stand on my toes, then my leg starts immensely shaking because of the nerve damage. And the feeling that this gave me from, as soon as the pain actually set in, and it was on a Wednesday morning. I remember waking up and thinking, I literally can't walk, and I have to go to work right now, and I literally can't walk. So I still did it. I still got up. I still ate. I attempted to go to the gym later that day. I couldn't even do a dumbbell chest press sitting on the bench on incline doing a chest press because of the pressure it would cause downward on my spine. Okay, hopefully that puts it into perspective. If you are doing a chest workout and the chest workout is hurting your lower back and your sciatic nerve, something's bad. And the feeling of defeat this left me with was awful. It knocked me off of the most consistent, perfect routine that I had for the past 2 years to just feeling like absolute nothingness, laying in bed all the time, not wanting to do anything. And if you go back and you scroll my channel, you look at my Instagram, you can see where my posting had stopped during this time of this injury because I had spent so much time building up all of my social media, building up my programs for my clients, and doing all the stuff to be a coach. And now I am injured, I can't walk, and I'm supposed to be a fitness coach. It's like your whole world just breaks. Everything, the thing that you thought and you were so convinced was going to be the thing that actually sets you free, allows you to retire your family, finally allows you to move out, get the cars of your dreams, do this, do that, all just goes to zero in 1 second after 2 years of every day thinking, God, I hope this doesn't come back. It is something that absolutely crushes you. And if you're wondering how this ties into what I was saying before, if you feel like you're someone who every time you take another step forward and you move ahead in life, you get pulled back, I had moved so far ahead in life. And this was not like a 2-step forward, 1 step back kind of thing. This was like a 30, 50 steps forward and then 40 steps back. And now the reason I don't say that I took the same amount of steps back as I took forward, because every time you fall down and every time just your whole world goes to nothing, you can never truly restart. Because every time you start from the beginning, you're starting with a new experience. and you're starting with knowing a whole lot more. It's just like in a video game. Life is literally just like a video game. Anytime that you die and you don't get to a new level, and I know nowadays a lot of games don't have levels anymore, but you understand the metaphor of every time you die and get to a new level, you learn something along the way before you die. You learn that, okay, I can't do this because that's going to cause me to not pass this level. So you restart with an experience, and now you can move forward to the next level because you learned something. And life is the exact same way. So I didn't take a full swing back, but in my mind and my soul, it felt like I had moved way further back than I actually was. And it was so demotivating, and it left me with just feeling like hopeless, nothingness, not knowing what to do with my life anymore. Just pure lost. And this sent me out again on a search to figure out well, what can I do now? How can I move forward from this? How can I create more of myself? How can I do any of this stuff? And in part of that, I have decided that I'm going to move on from, well, not move on because I'm still doing coaching, but I'm going to add an addition to doing consultations. That way I can actually help people with biohacking and taking their life to the next and the fullest potential with utilizing all of these amazing supplements and peptides and things that we have out in that world. But, man, when you focus on something bad happening and life going wrong, all you're doing is just manifesting that to come true in the future. Because I thought about so much, what if this injury comes back? And what if I can't do these things? And what if I can't? What if I can't? What if I can't? And I was saying can't all the time in my head, in my subconscious. And even if I didn't think I was saying it, I still was. And that's the problem, is that you need to learn to reprogram your mind so that you're not thinking, what if I can't? You're thinking, what is the next step I need to take to move forward? And every time something bad happens, every time you feel like you fall down, you need to remind yourself, it is okay and everything's going to happen exactly how it needs to. Now, that does not mean you just get to sit around and do a whole lot of nothing and waste your life and go screw off. Sorry, I need to fix this thing. It's going all crooked on me. But what it does mean is that you're going to figure it out and you're going to learn it and you're going to take the next step forward in order to actually be able to win. I need to find my dish. Damn, I don't know where anything is here. I've got so many different things on my mind. It's so many things I want to say. So many racing thoughts bouncing from, should I tell you guys this? Should I tell you guys that? And I know this is not my typical kind of video, but if I can focus this thing. I wanted to actually come on and show the reality of what it's like to do this online stuff and what it's like to think. Because no matter what, everybody has those thoughts of, oh, what if this sounds stupid? Or what if this? What if that? What if I lose my train of thought while I'm thinking? For the longest time, I wanted to start a YouTube, and I wanted to be able to do this, be able to actually talk to people, and be able to actually help people, teach people, and all that stuff. But I was so focused on, one, what if I do it wrong? What if I say the wrong thing? What if I lose my train of thought? What if I sound dumb? And two, I was so focused on, what's the perfect thing for me to say? What's the perfect thing for me to record? What's the perfect channel name? What's perfect this? What's the perfect that? When's the perfect time to start? And just like how I was waiting for so long to start my YouTube, there was the only perfect time to start was when I had originally got the idea of, okay, I need to start, and I need to start doing this, and I need to start moving forward. And I went into that with the mindset of, I'm going to have times where I mess up. I'm going to have times where I say things, I record a whole video, and I'm like, my point did not come across in that video. And I'm going to have times where I feel dumb, and all that stuff. I'm going to have times where people are going to look at me and say, oh, you're stupid, you sound dumb, you're just a professional yapper, and this and that. It's all going to happen, but none of that matters. None of it matters. And if you constantly focus on what other people think of you, you're never going to get anywhere in life, and you're never going to be able to actually move forward. Because just like I'm telling you right now with my YouTube, how I was so focused on what other people were going to think, when the right time was to start, what should I record so that I sound right, should I memorize my video before I record it, that way I don't sound stupid when I pause and forget what I'm saying. The same thing goes for whatever it is you're trying to do with your life right now. The reason that you keep on falling back over and over and over, and every time you make another step forward and fall however many steps back, is because you're so busy waiting for the perfect moment to start this and the perfect moment to start that. The only perfect moment is right now. The best time to do it was yesterday, and the next best time to do it is today, right now. If you want to go to the gym and you want to finally get that good physique that you've been dreaming of, you're never going to get it unless you actually start going and start doing the thing. Start working on what you need to work on. Start working on your body. Start eating better. Start eating less or eating more, whatever it is. Start having proper macros with your food. It's not going to work out unless you actually do the thing. But then, as you do the things, while you do them, you need to remind yourself to have the proper mindset of, I am going to do this. It is going to work out. People are going to think I'm stupid no matter what. If someone's going to think you're stupid for doing XYZ thing, if someone's going to think you're stupid for having not the perfect form in the gym, or for recording a video or posting a reel or posting a story, whatever it may be, they were going to think you were stupid either way. So it does not matter what they think. Why would you let somebody else's thoughts and the way somebody else thinks about you control the outcome of your life? Do you really want whatever Jim says, whatever Bob says, whatever your mom, dad, grandparents, brother, sister, friends, family, whatever? Do you really want to allow their negativity, their negative thoughts, whatever it is they say, to control whether you get the dream life or not? Because I know for a fact that when you envision it in your mind and you envision that dream life, whatever it is for you, that car you want to drive, that house you want to get, the amount of money you want to have, that physique you have, you envision yourself having those things, being around those same people that said those negative things, and them being like, oh my God, he did it. But yet you're not willing to take that first step and to actually move forward. And you're not thinking in the manner of, if I fall down and if something does not work out right, I am still going to move forward. And no matter what happens, I am going to be fine. Because I want you to say right now, you lose all your money, you lose your car, everything. Okay? What happens? Are you dead? No. Does it change you being able to get food? No. You can go to a homeless shelter and get some food and get some water. You can find a new job and go start making some money. You can go out and get a job at McDonald's. You could go shower at the gym. You could go buy a $500 car once you save up, and you could restart. And you could have the most epic story in the world of this dude literally went homeless and then made it out alive. And look at his physique now. Look at the car he drives. Look at the stuff he does. But yet you're too busy worrying about what XYZ person is going to say about you for posting an Instagram reel. And the reality of it is they probably don't even care. They're probably going to look at it and then just swipe past it and think nothing of it. And if they do think something of it, they're going to think something of it for half a second and then just scroll on with their life and forget about it. And the only time they're going to remember again to say some snarky thing about you behind a screen is when they see your face again. And the only reason that they're saying those snarky things about you is because you are willing to do the things that they want to, but they can't. The only people that hate on you are the people that see what you are doing and they cannot do with inside, because it comes from their insecurities. So if you want to stop feeling like every time you take a step forward, you fall back in life, you need to ask yourself, what are the things that I am doing that is causing all my problems? Am I still going and beating my meat all the time? Am I still eating fast food all the time? Am I not drinking my water? And I'm not taking my supplements? Am I not going to the gym? And then you need to ask yourself, what are the things I can do? I can start posting online. I can start going to bed at the right time. I can start cleaning my room, cleaning my car. I can wake up at the right time. I can make sure I stay hygienic and shower. All these things. The basic things in life are the biggest things that will move you forward. Keeping your space clean, keeping yourself clean, having good quality sleep is going to make such a big difference that you don't even realize. And if you already have all these things implemented in your life, you're like, okay, well, I've already done these things, so what you're saying doesn't apply to me. Then I want you to ask yourself, what is it that's holding you back? Because I know something comes to mind. And I don't want to hear you say money. Because something in your mind is holding you back from taking that next step, from moving forward, that is not allowing you to make that money, that is not allowing you to get that physique, that is not allowing you to go ask that girl out, whatever it may be. Something in your mind is holding you back, and that's the only thing it is. Because what is in your mind will manifest into reality. If you think about it enough, if you stay positive, it is going to happen. When was the last time you asked yourself, every time I think something negative and I get anxiety about it, it happens. But then every time I think something positive, why does that not happen? Why do I just let that thought go? It doesn't happen because you let that thought go. And if every time something negative happens, or every time you think something negative, it happens, all you're doing is manifesting your reality for that negative thing to happen. You're telling yourself that it's going to happen, and you are causing it to happen because you're constantly thinking about it over and over again. And every time it happens, your mind learns that you're right, and you're right, and you're right. And if you can just flip the script and start thinking in a positive direction, it is all going to come true. And more positive things will happen if you hold it in your mind long enough and still take the action over and over and over. More things are going to happen that you want. And those positive things that you think about are going to happen. And the more your mind is going to learn that when I think of something positive and I keep it in my mind, it will happen. Because I can guarantee you have a time in life where something that you really wanted so bad and you thought about it every single day, you reminded yourself what steps you needed to take to move forward, and you reminded yourself what things you need to not do so that you don't fail. And if you fail along the way, you learn, and it's okay. But you still made sure to limit as many possibilities of failure happening as possible. And then the thing happened. But yet you just told yourself that was some one-off thing. It's not. And life is going to improve and you are going to move forward, and you can have the best life that you could ever imagine, because you deserve it, I deserve it, we all deserve it. But only if we can stay in the positive and we actually do the work. I want to see all you guys win. And if you could help me out and drop a like and comment on this video, not only does that help me out and grow the channel, but it also helps millions of other people by pushing the video out more for the algorithm. And then you can also help others. Because in the end, what's the whole point of us wanting to do any of this? It's so that we can help ourselves and help other people. So if you do all of this to not help anyone, then what is the point of it? There is none. See you on the other side.